I have been given the honor to introduce our speaker, Dr. Cindy Rowland. Dr. Cindy Rowland works at the Center for Persons with Disabilities at Utah State University. Dr. Rowland has played a major role in the research and findings regarding web accessibility for students with disabilities. She understands technology and the important role it can play for all students when used effectively in distance education. Today you will witness valuable information that will not only change the way you think, but the way you view online learning for hearing impaired students. Even if your institution is on a dollar menu budget, there is software that will allow for materials to be presented visually through sign and multimedia. Camtasia will assist instructors with adding captions to existing videos and meets ADA accessibility guidelines. Another example is Adobe Visual Communicator to allow web-based videos to offer closed captioning text for Windows Media. How many of you have taken an online course or simply accessed something on the World Wide Web and can think back and say, wow, I can see how someone who is hearing impaired would have had some problems with this. Dr. Rowland will illustrate to you a variety of means to assist students who are hearing impaired and ensure their participation is as effective as other students in online learning. These two students are viewing the same video, but one has closed captioning turned on and the other has it off. While individuals with hearing impairments can access most content, it is a barrier when developers don't provide transcripts or captioning. According to Tandy and McCannon, many instructors are unaware of barriers for students with disabilities and issues with course accessibility. In an accessible online course, which makes it possible for those with disabilities and without, all students would view the same video, but those who are hearing impaired would use closed captioning. Improvements in technology and multimedia are occurring daily. L. Emery and Husson agree when multimedia is used throughout the distance education program, it must be designed to compensate the student who is hearing impaired through the learning process. It is important to refrain from using a lot of text material, but rather use visual objects, animations, flashes, and images. All are beneficial to learners who are hearing impaired. I am sure we have all heard of many assistive technology devices that can assist hearing impaired learners. One of them is web-enabled devices with a touchscreen, which may seem like the best thing since Tupperware to a user with a hearing impairment. According to Lazar, this device and Skype are two examples of how technology allows users to communicate face-to-face over a distance more efficiently. Think of it like this: what may seem like winning the lottery to one type of disability may be an absolute nightmare to the other. Imagine if you had a cavity on your tooth and you wanted a big piece of bubble gum to blow bubbles. While you could still have gum and blow bubbles, your piece of gum would have to be sugar-free. In the end, everyone's gum ends up either on their face, in their hair, in the trash, or even in the corner of that nice little program you received before you sat down. L. Emery and Husson found that students who are hearing impaired often struggle with reading and writing, and therefore must receive and deliver information other ways. PowerPoint is a great tool for hearing impaired students. They can create their own projects or access ready-made ones to learn content. PowerPoints are low on text and high on visuals and effects. According to Vasquez and Serrani, students with poor writing skills due to disability benefit more from PowerPoint media. Hearing impaired students should be able to successfully engage with other students, the instructor, and the course. Instructors need to understand and identify which technology media resources are best, and Vasquez and Serrani state they need to determine ways to ensure online learning is as realistic and accessible opportunity. Dr. Rowland understands the importance to determine technical, personal, and instructional design barriers faced by online students with a hearing impairment and ways to avoid them. According to Luquette, a recent study found 75% of participants with a hearing loss would prefer a web-based course over face-to-face. Online courses help them avoid problems with note-taking, interpreters, and communicating with faculty. As educators, we must stay current with our students' needs and technology. What would happen if technology outran the ability of its users and a digital divide occurred? We cannot afford to leave anyone behind. Now, that's the kind of speech everyone likes, one that is long on wisdom and short on words. I now present to you Dr. Cindy Rowland.